if you are a child or a person or an adult from a broken home, to understand that it is now your choice and your responsibility to see yourself and to break those generational curses and to break that energy and to understand how to release and let go of baggage and hurt and pain in order to be a healthier individual for yourself, in order to understand your purpose here on earth, in order to truly stand in your power, in order to truly make things happen for yourself at the end of the day. And don't care about being judged when it comes to the next person. Don't care about being judged about what you're trying to pursue or what you're trying to make happen in your life. And give yourself grace and compassion, because you are the starter of whatever you're trying to do or whatever you're trying to pursue. And I think it's important to understand that when it comes to being intentional with your life at the end of the day, because as adults, if our life isn't going right, it's easy to blame our parents. It's easy to blame the next person. But I think it's important to understand the reason why you may be blaming your parents is because they're not giving you the love that you deserve, or they're not being there for you financially, or they're not being there for you in the way that you feel like you deserve. But I think it's important to understand to give them grace and give them forgiveness and take your power and your energy back, because you holding on to that anger and that hurt and that pain or whatever the case may be of them not loving you right or them not being there for you and being stable in whatever capacity that is holding you back from your essence. It's holding you back from the love that you could give yourself. It's holding you back from the love that you can get from somebody else that truly is going to see you and understand you and give you the love that you deserve. Because you might not get that love from your family or whatever the case may be, but if you allow yourself to forgive them, if you allow yourself to have compassion for them and to see them as human beings that didn't really know the way themselves, then you can feel a place and a void in your heart and give yourself that love and that nurturing that you wish you had from them. And by doing that for yourself, you can attract more people into your life that will give you that love that you've been yearning for in the first place. I think it's important to fill that void by forgiving them and also forgiving yourself in that same token, and allowing yourself also to feel the feelings, because your feelings is valid. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be sad, but it's also important to understand that you may never get that. You may never get what you think you may never get what you want from those people, but it's completely okay, because at the end of the day, those people did you the way they did you. They brought you in the world the way they brought you in the world because you have a plan for your life. But in order for you to see that plan, first you have to heal. First you have to forgive them. First you have to understand how to love them from afar, or how to accept who they are in order to really change within yourself. Because at the end of the day, that holding on to those grudges, holding on to that pain, holding on to that hurt is not doing anything but hurting you at the end of the day. It's not doing anything but taking away from your power at the end of the day. It's not doing anything but taking away from your true essence and your purpose that you were sent here for at the end of the day. You were meant to be a loving and kind and caring human being, and you can't even be that. You can't even love yourself fully because you're waiting on someone else to love you. You're waiting on your mom to love you. You're waiting on your dad to accept you. You're waiting on them to be the protectors and the whatever you needed from them. But I think it's important to understand that you can give that to yourself, and it feels better when it comes from you. To be honest with you, it feels way better when you can be that protector for yourself, when you can give yourself that genuine love. But in order to do that, you have to be able to see yourself. In order to do that, you have to be able to connect with your shadow side and connect with your loving side and accept both of those and change what you need to change. But in order to change, you have to see yourself. You have to see where you played victim. You have to see where you played, strong when you really felt weak or whatever the case may be. You have to see yourself. You have to show up for yourself and understand that it's okay if you wanted them to show up for you. That's natural. It's okay if you wanted that love from your dad and your mom or your family or whatever the case may be. That's a natural thing. It's okay to want that from them, but at the same time, you have to understand how to accept what is, because the more you try to want that from them or the more you try to force that from them is the more you're going to lose it within yourself. You're trying to force them to give you love is the more you're emptying your love out for yourself. You're trying to force them to care about you, to understand you, is the more you're showing yourself that you don't even understand yourself. And I think that's important to understand, is that you have to understand yourself first. You have to be there for yourself. And at the end of the day, it's not even in a toxic, dependent way. It's not even in a toxic, independent way. It's in more so of a way of understanding that your love, if you don't love yourself, if somebody else comes in and loves you, you're not going to know how to accept it anyways. It's going to trigger you and be painful for them to even love you if you don't love yourself. And you're going to run anyways. So I think it's important to understand that your love is the strongest love you can have. And when you love yourself, you're a magnet for love. When you abundantly feel love within yourself, you're a magnet. You magnetize the love from other people. Can feel that, energetically feel that you love yourself, and they come and they love you. And they love you for you because they can see you, because you're showing up authentically yourself. So I think it's important to understand that yes, you may have been through things, and yes, you may have been hurt and in pain or whatever the case may be, but that does not have to be your forever. That does not have to be a forever thing. That is not, you don't have to have a cold heart forever. You don't have to have this big shield up forever. You can understand how to have discernment and understand when people are not your people. Because when you show up authentically yourself, you repel people that cannot handle you. So I think it's important to understand that, to not stay in victimhood, but understand that you might be a victim. You may have been a victim, but you don't have to stay a victim. You can take your power and your energy back at any time. Don't allow those people to continue to take your power and your energy. Take it back, because you deserve it more than anything. You deserve it more than anybody. You deserve your love more than anybody.